Shalom Aleichem, family, which is peace be unto you in our holy Hebrew tongue. I want to give all praises to the Creator, Yahweh, that's Yod-He, Wav-He, in our holy Hebrew tongue. And I want to give all praises for Him sending His Son to speak to us so clearly and dearly here in these last days by the persons of Yahweh ben Yahweh, that's Yod-He, Wav-He, Bet Nun Sofit, Yud-He, Wav-He. With that being said, this is your brother Shemyahel ben Yahweh, known as Samuel in the Bible. Samuel judged Israel all the days of his life, and that's what I'm here doing in the spirit. You can verify that in 1 Samuel chapter 7, verse 15. Praise Yahweh. Praise Yahweh. Barak Hashem Yud-He Wav-He. Blessed be the holy name of Yahweh. Welcome back to the channel, family. Welcome back to Yahweh ben Yahweh's Uncovered Truth Broadcasting Network Communications, where we tell His story like you never heard it before. Praise Yahweh. With that being said, brothers and sisters, before we get started, I just want to tell y'all or talk about a little bit why we created this channel and why is this channel called Yahweh ben Yahweh's Uncovered Truth Broadcasting Network Communications. And the reason for that being is because before Yahweh ben Yahweh was indicted, or when Yahweh ben Yahweh was indicted and sent to prison, upon his release, he had some very harsh parole conditions. And one of those very harsh parole conditions was, so upon those restrictions, brothers and sisters, they was very harsh. And the same way he left it, the same way you gonna see him appear, brothers and sisters. And those restrictions, it said, you shall not have associate or have any contact with the members of the Black Hebrew group. This includes direct or indirect contact through any means, to include internet. Direct contact through any means. Imagine that now, no direct contact through any means, which includes internet, television, radio, phone, written form, in person. This includes residence, employment, social, or other activities without the prior written approval of your U.S. probation officer. In addition, you shall be precluded from employment provided by members of the Black Hebrew group or the group itself, or associated in any manner with group members without prior written approval or the U.S. probation office. Imagine that, brothers and sisters. No contact with your followers, with your family, with your nation. Imagine that, with your nation. Cut off by internet. Let's start with the internet. This is the reason for Yahweh ben Yahweh's Uncovered Truth, because they want to cover up His truth. They want to cover up His message of righteousness, His message of morality, His message of ethics, which this country have no ethics, no morals whatsoever. That's why it's deteriorating. That's why this country is falling at a rapid pace. Why? The lack of morality, the lack of ethics, and the lack of righteousness. All three of those things, when you study and research Yahweh ben Yahweh, you're going to find that in His teachings. So, when the internet came out, brothers and sisters, Yahweh ben Yahweh, he was not in a time where the internet was at its peak. There wasn't no YouTube. There wasn't no Facebook. All was out back then was MySpace. So for us to have the information that we have today is a miracle. How did Yahweh been Yahweh if he was cut off in the 90s? How is all of this information concerning him starting to come out now? See, people starting to wake up, brothers and sisters. And that's why they have Yahweh ben Yahweh all over the oxygen town. Here it is, 20, 30 years later, they still putting Yahweh ben Yahweh face up on the internet. Remember, back then, the internet wasn't as popular, because they know that the prophecy says that he's coming in the cloud. That's right. John the Revelator, when he wrote his writings, it was futuristic. And a lot of my people that's in the Christian community, they stay looking up to the clouds, trying to see when he coming back. But because they don't study the word cloud, because if you punch cloud up in your dictionary or on your computer and ask the definition or the meaning of cloud, it's going to say something like the natural thing of cloud. We already know a cloud is something in the air that holds water. That's the basic. I'm just paraphrasing. That's the basic definition. But cloud today got to do with cloud and data computing, algorithms and data. So that's why you see Yahweh ben Yahweh popping up in the cloud of computer technology here in these last days, because they know that we will be living in a time where everything will be ran off of the World Wide Web. That's how the whole world gonna be able to hear this message. The whole world gonna be able to see him. All eyes should be able to see him through the punch of a button on the internet. 1900 years ago, you know how long it took the message to go around the world? So how will all eyes be able to see him today? It's definitely not coming on the cloud, brothers and sisters. And that's why they don't want you to have no contact with him through radio, television, or internet. None of these sources of communications, you know, they tried to cut his communication off from us. Imagine that. Just that should be something to think about. And for all of those of you who new to this channel and don't understand what this channel is about, I'm here to let you know that this channel is for everybody. But it's not for everybody that don't have a mind to study, that don't 2 Timothy 2:15, that have not renewed their mind, that don't understand what these prophecies are talking about. See, we read and study the Bible and investigate the Bible. We dissect the Bible. We don't just read past words. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was Yahweh. So we love the Word. We love words, because we know these words all go back to our Father, the Creator. So that's one of the reasons why this channel is here, to uncover Yahweh ben Yahweh's truth, because they covered him up. That's what they did. They tried to cover him up, cover up his message, cover up his reputation, so you wouldn't recognize him when he come. How you can't recognize a man that came in all white, dressed in all white, him and his followers? We've been reading Revelations for so long, talking about the Lamb, and when he come, he gonna be having white on, and he gonna have crowns on his head. When you go back and research the word crown, it's gonna take you back to a diadem, or diademe in the Greek, which is a turban. And this is what Yahweh ben Yahweh, when he came, he put the crowns on our head, the turbans back on our heads, back in our white garments, which symbolizes our righteousness and us overcoming. Brothers and sisters, y'all need to start reading, because a lot of y'all ain't reading. That's what we do here on this channel. As you can see, we like to read, we like to study, we like to use all our study tools. Because see, when you are part of the Christian faith, and in Christianity, the religion, they don't teach you how to read and study. They tell you just the Holy Spirit will lead and guide you. Well, how come the Holy Spirit ain't lead and guide and tell y'all that we are the true children of Israel, that we are the seed of Abraham, the promised seed, the royal seed? Why the Holy Spirit never revealed to y'all that his name was Yahweh? Why didn't the Holy Spirit ever reveal to y'all that we're supposed to be keeping the Shabbat, the Sabbath day, instead of Sunday, which relates to sun worship? See, it's a lot of things that has to be talked about, brothers and sisters, and that's why it don't make no sense for you to go down in the comment section if you don't know what this is about. If you want to continue to worship Jesus, if you want to continue to stay in idolatry with all the idols of Christianity and the Catholic Church, you're welcome to stay over there. But over here on this channel, we praise Yahweh, Yahweh Bet No Sophie, Yahweh, the Black Messiah, the one that was promised to come. So I just wanted to give y'all a little understanding about what this channel is about. I'm gonna be doing a whole nother separate video pertaining to this channel and what it's really all about, and breaking it down more in depth. But just for now, before we get started, I just wanted to let the people know, the ones that's new to the channel, the ones that stop by the channel, you know, whether they stop by the channel to put a foolish comment down there in the bottom, praise Yahweh for that too, because they only doing it out of ignorance. This is some powerful information. So let us go pull up a few scriptures, brothers and sisters. And don't forget, we here to uncover the truth without any smoke screen, because that's what they did. They print a lot of Yahweh Ben Yahweh's good works, and then they throw a smoke screen in there about killing and murdering and cult and all this. So all that other good stuff you read, you like, man, but this man was a killer. No, he killed off evil spiritually. The book say he gonna smite the earth, the kings of the earth, with the rod of his mouth. Not a weapon. We don't need any weapons to bring down the thrones of wicked rulership. I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm telling you what I'm doing, because the rulership that we are under in this present day of time, Yahweh wanted to be brought down. He wanted to be dismantled, brothers and sisters. Praise Yahweh. Your attention away from Yahweh Ben Yahweh, because they know you're going to go on the internet, and when you go to punching in Yahweh and doing your research on Israel, this guy's going to pop up. But before you can get anything good in your mind and brain about this guy, you're going to get a distraction. Why? Because they're just trying to distract your attention. See how it's blurry and it's going to come back? See how it came back? That's what they try to do to this information. Distract it. But it's going to come back to your attention. Why? Because they try to put a cloud over your mind. They try to throw out a smoke screen. Put the shades over your face. You see? Occult. There you go right there. See, this is the occult. The occult is behind this. See? They tried to put this out of sight. Sweep it up under the rug. Keep a cover up. Cover up one's tracks. Lay a false secret. A false secret. And hides one trail. Hides one's light under a bushel. They try to hide the light of Yahweh Ben Yahweh, but they can't. They can't.